Sorry, I was muted. Hello.
I was like, I can't hear you. And then I felt crazy.
No, I was crazy. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Angel.
Hi, I'm Becky.
And this is Shoes Off, Mouth Off. Not shoes on, mouth on. No. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have any shoes on, so.
I have slippers on.
Oh,
They're really cute. I want to show you, actually. Oh, that's a little cat.
That's so cute. I've been wearing Crocs. So.
I guess we could see it, but gross.
Oh, you don't like them?
They're okay. They're fine. They're comfortable.
I guess if you're gonna judge them. I mean, I own them, but like I'm not sure if I should be. You know. Uh-oh.
You're.
Wait, I can't. Oh.
Well, okay. Let me just say that this is a storytelling show. All AAPI storytellers. We have a lot in the lineup. And I can tell them, oh, wait, no, the theme, we have a theme. It is getting better or getting worse is the theme. So all the stories are about things that people are getting better with or getting worse at, or both. So, Becky, if you're still with us.
I'm here.
Okay. Well, tell me some things that you're getting worse at.
I'm a squirrel now.
Oh.
One of the things I'm getting worse at is digesting food in general. I have a lot of bowel issues.
Yeah, I think for me, it's probably the same. Always bowel issues. Hasn't gotten worse. And then, you know what I'm getting worse at that I just noticed.
What?
When like how when people point and they're like, look at that thing, or like, hey, this weird thing. It takes me like a very long time to see what they're pointing at. I'm always like, what? And then like we already passed by.
Yeah. I'm slow with that too.
Yeah. So.
I'm slow with like if somebody sees a celebrity and they're like, oh God, look over there.
And then you're like, what?
What? I know. And Angelica Houston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You missed it.
I missed it. She was walking around in New York and I missed it. I saw the back of her head though, and it definitely looked like her.
That counts.
Yeah, it was definitely her head.
Are you getting good at anything?
I'm really good at timing right. Like I can make rice in a pot of water, and I'm really good at just, like I don't even use a rice cooker.
Wow,
I'm kind of a pro.
Yeah, professional. Wow, great.
So I wasted money on it. Wait, what about you? What are you getting better at?
I think I'm getting better at not caring what people think about me.
Oh, really? That's good.
Kind of. But getting better at it.
That's good. I respect that.
Thank you. If anyone out there in the audience, you can type in the comments what you're getting good or worse at, and then we'll share it out. All right. Shall we begin?
Let's do it. Wow. Woo.
Okay. First storyteller is a girl who doesn't care about what people think about her. And that is me. That's good. Angel.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm telling my sister.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So my story. Well, so I feel like ever since I was little, I always wanted someone to kind of tell me that I'm special or that I'm good, like someone like an adult with magical powers or like an animal that can talk. Like if they're like, Angel, you're so special. That's, like I see you. You have something that no one else has. And then they'll just list all the qualities. That's kind of what I always hoped for. And because of that, I think as an adult, that's why I decided to go to a therapist and a psychologist, so they can kind of, in my head, they're like going to list a lot of good things about me. So when I first went to the therapist, the very first day in the therapist's room, it was kind of a mess because in my head, I'm already like, I am paying a lot for this. I need to make my times, worth it. So I have like a rundown of things that I need to talk to them about. And I was already kind of late going into the appointment. I was in a subway. It was like stopped, and then I was just like breaking down because I'm like, I only have 15 minutes left to talk to this therapist. So it's just like all these things. But eventually I got there, and it was fine. My therapist was very nice. She's like, we'll give you extra time. It's okay. And then as we went on, she kind of assessed me, and she feels like I have anxiety, which I'm like, okay, yeah, like everyone has it. And then she said I had OCD, which kind of surprised me. Yeah, I was like, I don't like wash my hands a million times, and I don't like count my steps. Like, that I don't do that.
That's what everyone assumes what it is.
Yeah. And, I think Monk has it, right? And like on TV.
Yeah, I never saw it, but that's what I hear.
Yeah. And I'm not Monk. So I thought I always thought that I had like the cooler symptom, which is like ADHD or ADD. Because I'm like, everyone, maybe that's why I can't focus, and that's what's going on in my head. And like who, like Solange have that, Justin Timberlake, Paris Hilton, they all have ADHD. It's cooler.
Wow, all the cool people.
So then she's like, why don't you go to a psychologist, and then they could really, tell you what you have. And I was like, great, I love tests. I don't really, but I'm just like, this is a good assessment. When I got there, it was a bunch of kids, and their parents were like my age, and I was like, I think all these kids have supportive like doctors and parents, like kind of helping them at an early age to.
Wow, what's that like? That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt really out of place, and then the tests I had to take were also not what I expected. It was a lot. I felt like I was in school again. There were there were a lot of patterns that I had to memorize and then like draw them.
And is it like the test that Trump took? I'm just kidding. That's not funny.
There are like a lot of playing shapes. So like it's like a square, and then you have to fit these different types of shapes into the square. And I definitely couldn't fit. Like I felt like so dumb. I guess. I don't know. I was like, and then, like, in the back of my head, I was like, there are children doing this, and I'm. There was also like a word association one, which I thought I would, be good at because like improv. But it would be like the person who was testing me would say, "What's another word for wall?" And I'm just like I don't know. What's another word for wall? And then I just like
barrier. Oh,
I was just like, yeah, I think I said that or border.
You just had to come up with one word. That's tough though.
Yeah, one word. You can't describe it. So after all that, all those like more like creative physical tests, I had a bunch of papers to fill out, and that was like rating anxiety and like just talking about like rating like moderate or high or whatever with how much you worry or how much work you get done or you're tired or whatever. And then there was another part where it was like kind of free writing, like an essay writing thing. And I was
writing, just like writing whatever you're thinking,
and then you just like write whatever. And then within that test, I wrote like, I felt weird, like because all these questions are like self-assessing myself in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who am I to judge how I feel, or am I, how tired I am? Because I just wanted someone to like observe me and just be like, okay, this. So I wrote that on the paper, and then I kept writing like, I'm not sure if I'm doing this test right. and then I wrote, I don't know if you've done this when you're little, like when you write a big S in your like essay writing, and then you write "sorry, so sloppy." Have you ever done that?
No. Maybe that's you're a different generation. I don't think you're younger than me.
If anyone, anyone out there, say in the chat if you've done that. But I wrote that too. And then the worst part is I didn't finish in time. Like it was like the office was closing, and I still had maybe like 2 more things to fill out.
Oh,
and they're like, come back tomorrow. And then
I gotta say that sounds so much. Anyway.
It was a lot, yeah. And I just felt like, what's happening? So then after all that, I got my results, and I'm gonna share it with everyone here because it's a safe space. But first of all, I don't have ADHD, so that was sadness.
You're disappointing.
A little bit. But let's here. We could see my yeah. I just highlighted some like fun parts that they noticed. They said Angel may have downplayed the significant levels of depression she's expressing, associating these feelings with crying. They said that it might be mimicking ADHD, but it's not.
You're just trying so hard to be like Solange.
I just want to be. So then the one major thing that I'm like embarrassed, but now I'm going to like tell everyone is that I can't read. It says that academically I have difficulties with reading comprehension. So yeah, my diagnosis was anxiety, OCD, mild bipolar, but I feel like only because I wrote like different things. But my therapist doesn't think I have that. But I don't know, maybe in writing I have that. And then lastly, I can't read. So those are my results.
It's weird that you can't read, but you're reading the results to us.
Yeah. I actually memorized the results.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's my story. So I guess my message is that I feel like I am getting better with mental health, like just accepting what I have and like working with it. But sometimes I feel like it's getting worse. Like I already like, because I recognize it, I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, this is happening again. But I think I'm getting better at it, and it's never too late to go to a psychologist. Is the message I have for everyone.
I think that's totally true, girl. I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, it was a fun. It wasn't, but it was, in retrospect, it was kind of fun.
Would you say if you were to grade it against the SAT, would you say the SAT was more fun, or was this more fun?
This one, because I have to use my hands. I can use my hands. That
There's
one
no
is rating. It's just like filling in bubbles.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we bring our next storyteller?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jade. LX.
Or you could read. Oh, thank you. Yeah, any comments we want to highlight? Go for it. All right, so our next storyteller. I love this comic. I've done shows with her a few times, and I think she's just amazing. Please welcome Srilatha.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Angel and Becky. And that was a lovely story. I'm also very excited to share the story specifically because I didn't think, but wow, it is going to go with the theme, I think. I've been obsessed with Mount Fuji. I think it started when I was in high school. I had watched Akira the movie, and then gotten, and this was in India, and I had gotten heavily into manga, and like reading a lot of like manga. And then Neon Genesis Evangelion came out, and I think there was one that featured Mount Fuji a lot. And somehow, the mysterious mountain with that unusual top, where, like looking at Fuji, even now, I feel chilled. I feel the mystery. I feel the magic. I love it so much. And over the years, as an adult, it was my quest to go see Mount Fuji. Once in my life, I wanted to see Mount Fuji. Now, like I traveled to Japan many times for work. I work in software, and I had gone to Japan. And every time I went, like about six different occasions, I tried to see Mount Fuji from different spots, and I had never once been able to. Different seasons, summer, winter. Like it became like, sort of like Moby Dick, the movie Moby Dick, where, like I was Gregory Peck and Mount Fuji was the Dick. Like I could never once. I had like it was always hidden. Oh yeah, there's Mount Fuji where I see the clouds. There is Mount Fuji where, oh yeah, just there. I had never once seen it. It was always hidden behind the clouds. Now, I was again in Japan last year in 2020, and this time it wasn't to go see Mount Fuji. I went there during the pandemic because my daughter, who was teaching English there through JET, she had fallen sick. She needed a surgery, and I had that's the reason I was in Japan. And that I know the world has been dealing with this, and everyone has had like very sad, amazing, but sad and stressful. Everyone's life has been hit hard by the pandemic, but that for me also it was, but also this immense feeling of like guilt. Like why did I send my daughter there? She wanted to go after college to do something different. I should have been like, stay here, work in a tech job, make money. Like why did I become this white parent like person who sends their kid off to because they want to go? I should have been Asian and said, do what I want you to do. And like obviously I made that entire thing about myself. Like my daughter was sick and I was beating myself up for like not being there for like and everything. It was horrible. But fortunately the surgery went well. Everything was fine. I had isolated myself massively all the way there because I hadn't been vaccinated. In Tokyo, I was still totally isolated during quarantine, and then making sure she was fine. And so my 4 weeks of stay in Tokyo was coming to an end. 2 days before I'm scheduled to come back to America, my daughter is like, "Mom, this has been very stressful. I'm fine now. I'm starting work again. Why don't you go and do this thing?" Like my daughter knows of my obsession. She was like, "Why don't you try see Mount Fuji? It is like it's end of like almost the end of summer, but it's a perfect time. Go see it." And I was just like, "No, it feels wrong to travel to do this thing during a pandemic, but also like it is a pandemic. You want to respect that, right?" And also like I don't know. Again, it was like, what if I see Mount Fuji? Will I still be able to share pictures on Instagram without feeling like a dick? Like that is another small fear, right? But I still was tempted, and and this was like all of my previous Fuji visits were planned to the minute. Every like travelogue, book, article, everything read, and it had never materialized. So this time I didn't have high hopes, but this time the stakes were low. I was just going to take an early morning train from Tokyo to the nearest spot from where I could see the mountain. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. It's fine. At least I made a day trip out of it. And I was leaving the country the next day. So I just went. I got this was to Lake Kawaguchi, and I got off. And at the train station, they handed me a map, which was really cute. Like like fish and like rabbits and things on the map. It was so cute. And obviously, I was grateful because my phone maps will not be working really well there. Like it does, So I was happy, and they said, you can go to 6 spots around the lake to see the mountain, but every spot, like to go to every spot, there is a bus. The only downside was because of the pandemic, everything had like reduced, and now the buses are only running once an hour, every hour. And I was just like, yeah, this is fine. I can still manage this because, I was like, maybe I can just see the mountain from the first spot. And I chose the first spot strategically, which was a mountain that was right across from Mount Fuji. And that makes sense, right? The height and everything, and maybe the mountains are talking to each other. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I went up this mountain, there were still like people there. Top of the mountain was a very pretty rabbit shrine, which was so cute, but no Mount Fuji. And I was like, obviously, like, why would I break the pattern of the years, right? It was, the rabbits were cute. I mean, obviously they were in Mount Fuji, but it was cute. And I bought a charm and everything, and I came down. And then I watched my bus leave, and I figured, I can just walk to the next spot because, it wasn't that far away. I could have just, and from there, maybe I can try again. So I walked to the next spot, and I was too early for the next bus. But there was a museum. It was Kubota Kimono Museum. And I didn't know what it was, but it was in the woods. And I figured, I might as well go here and spend some time. And I went in there, and it was amazing. Very small museum. But this artist, a textile artist, had tried to recreate Mount Fuji in kimonos. And these were art. Like he had spent like 10, 15 years on a single kimono, like that much. So obviously I should spend more than 5 minutes in the museum, right? So I am entranced. I am watching. I'm like, it was a small museum, but I spent quite a while there, maybe an hour. And when I came out, my bus was leaving again. So now I'm just like, I was like, you know what? It's a beautiful day, and I'm just going to walk around because it doesn't look that far in the map, right? Now, usually, like I'm used to maps talking to me. I'm used to communicating with maps these days. Now, this is a paper map, and it was cute. And if it had communicated to me, if that paper map could talk, it would say, Srilata, we are a map made of like cute animals. We're not going to be accurate in terms of a scale. Okay. But no, the map didn't tell me that. So I figured I can walk. I started walking. Now it was about 11 in the morning, and my last bus was at 4 in the evening. And I figured this is fine. I'm just going to walk. As I started walking, though, I realized, yeah, the map is not like telling me how far it is anymore. I have to just keep walking. So I started walking, starting to feel stressed that, I'm probably going to miss the last bus. I'm going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to miss the plane back. I'm going to overstay my visa and
Okay.
all of that, right? And as I keep walking, though, I don't know, the magic of the day started getting to me. Like this, it was a beautiful, like, it was like September, so beautiful, the clear skies. There were like flowery fields, there were shrines in the horizon, and the lake itself was so beautiful. As I kept walking and walking, I hadn't eaten anything the entire day, just kept walking. So, it felt like all of those feelings in me were starting to like fall away. And this is probably a cliche, but I started feeling lighter almost as I kept walking, and as the day kept getting slightly darker and darker. I finally reached the last spot. It was around 4 p.m. My bus was going to come in about 15 minutes or so. And suddenly it was a lavender field. And I realized I'm so like, that was it. I had nowhere else to go. And I had made it before the bus. So great. And I noted there was a kiosk selling like, ice cream and such. And I just went and got a cone for myself. And I started watching the lavender field thinking, you know what? I haven't seen Mount Fuji, but it's fine. I had still had a nice day, and I had, physically exerted myself so much that I was not, crying anymore. That was a great feeling to not have that. And as I started licking the cone, I'm suddenly looking up, and I'm seeing an odd shape in the sky beyond that lake and beyond the lavender fields. I'm seeing this shape, and I'm like, what's going on? It looked familiar, and then it just blew up, and there is the top of Mount Fuji.
Wow.
And I'm seeing that, and I couldn't believe it in the beginning, but it's right there in front of me. And the entire walk through that lake, I haven't once seen this mountain, but now it was right there. I'm looking at it, and then I just don't know what came over me. I started like crying, like I don't cry pretty, I cry very disgustingly. I'm like, literally, my mask was filled with snot and the tears like pouring through. I'm standing there and I'm just saying, oh God, that's Mount Fuji out loud. People around me were like elderly Japanese people who had just come to have a good day. They're just wondering. Now I know my daughter has told me there is a Fuji cult in Japan and people are a little bit wary about that. So
Oh.
probably they thought something, or probably they were looking at me and judging me because I had dropped my ice cream cone in that emotion. And like Japanese people don't like people spilling around. Like they're not like New York. They're just like, oh my God, don't do that. So I don't know where I was getting judged. And it was fine. I was just pointing it out. And they were just looking at me like, oh my God, she's crazy, but fine. And I'm trying to I don't know. My immediate thought is, first of all, oh my God, I need to clean that mess because I'd lived for a month in Japan and I know you have to clean the mess. So I ran and I'm getting like paper towels and I'm trying to clean it up. And as I'm looking up, I'm still seeing the mountain, and the mountain keeps like there. I with my sticky hands, I started taking pictures because my bus was going to arrive sometime soon. I had maybe a couple of minutes. I took a bunch of pictures, and I'm just feeling like, oh God, it was like almost like fate rewarding me for some reason. I don't deserve to be rewarded. I did precisely nothing for that moment, but I kind of felt like, oh my God, there's something good happening. And then as I got into the bus, the mountain was everywhere. The bus is going all the way around the lake back to the train station, the same path I had taken. And that mountain was everywhere. The mountain that I hadn't seen the entire day was everywhere. Like it was even out behind a used car parking lot of that town. And I am just like, what? And the mountain is coming with me. I go to the train station. There is a restroom. The mountain is even behind the restroom. All right. As I finish and I get into the station, the mountain is there. And then as I go in and look up again, the mountain has disappeared within seconds. It was almost like it came with me to the train station and it sent me off, and that was it. And as I'm going back home, back to Tokyo, I was just like, my brain was like churning through, and I don't know what lessons are from this anecdote at all. Probably that the process is as important as the result. Sometimes we are focused on the result that we fail to enjoy the process. And probably Mount Fuji only knows that I was in such a situation where seeing her would have given me that reward. And so for me, Mount Fuji is female, obviously. So she came to me because I was desperately in need for her. I don't know. But also, my daughter has told me that she wants to study at Edinburgh University. So now I have started looking at Loch Ness monsters. And I just wanted to, I don't know if I can do this. I just wanted to quickly show my first picture of Mount Fuji.
Oh, yeah. That would
Wow.
be great. Let's see it.
I don't know if you can see this. That one. It just popped up.
Wow. Oh my
And then
God.
there.
You took those pictures?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It really looks like it's like floating. What
And
the
this is like near all the power lines and stuff in the town. This is it. This was Mount Fuji. So yeah, she's there. She's there for you. And that's my story. Thank you. I'm sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
That was
thank
great.
So beautiful.
Yeah. Those are amazing pictures. I'm glad you got that. And
Oh my
totally
God.
can relate to the having a goal in mind and then just being anxious and but then if you don't worry about it, it'll come to you. Yeah.
I know, letting go, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
What a beautiful story.
I know, that was nice. Should we hear another one?
Let's do it.
Okay. One of my favorite people in the world. In the world. Okay. In the world. Please welcome Christian Dan Liu.
Yay.
I said you're my favorite person in the world.
That's so funny because you are my favorite person, Angel.
Oh my
I
God.
really want you to leave your husband so that we can start a life together. I know that I can't provide the life for you that he can, but what I can give you is love every day.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, we heard it here first.
Next week, pay-per-view match.
I'd watch that.
Me too.
Cool, great. I mean, I think he's definitely got the height advantage. He's got the arm span, but I feel like I'm really scrappy, and I feel like I'm not afraid to fight dirty.
Oh, That's a key.
I say that, yeah.
Yeah, you see it. Really. Okay, well, I'm here to tell you a story.
Yeah,
Are you
please
ready? Okay, so I like totally forgot about the theme, so expect me to like tie it in at the very end. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm trying to be really transparent. Okay? Period. So I love like feats of athleticism. I love watching the ballet. I love watching the Olympics, except not this year because Sha'Carri Richardson deserves better. Except maybe I will tune in for Simone Biles, obviously. I like if you don't wash your floor, like, are you even a person? Okay, so I want to tell you about the most incredible thing I've ever seen a human body do. And it was in this like amateur porn video.
Keep going.
I was okay. Let me set the scene for you. So I was like, it was like maybe 2014, and it was a stormy night, not unlike this one, and I was like watching porn, and I was like, you know how you do that thing where you like take forever to find the video, and then when you do finally find the video, it takes you like 30 seconds to come. I know. It's like it truly feels like so stupid to me. But this particular evening, I was met with such a treat. Okay, so open the video. I see that it's 9 minutes long. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. Opens up with this guy by himself in a room, and he's just kind of like sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just starts fisting himself.
Whoa.
Okay, minute one. Okay, he begins by fisting himself. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Like, let's hear the full pitch, mister. And so he, like, minute 3, gets this like giant dildo, like truly the size of like a human forearm.
Okay.
And obviously takes it like a champ, and then subverts my expectations once again by putting the whole thing inside of him with the base.
What?
And then he pops it back out like a Nerf gun. Okay. And you're like, how much further can this go? I'll tell you. He reaches his hand off screen, grabs an identical dildo, and then starts putting both of them inside of him. Not together, but like one at a time, each with the base. So he is like, first of all, he is fully cleaned out. Secondly, like I didn't even know there was that much room. So I'm like, okay, what do we do? I look down, I check the time. It's only like 5 minutes into this video. And you know what he does for the next 4 minutes?
No.
He reaches his hand off screen once again. He grabs. It still haunts me to this day. It's like this very ominous clacking sound. And you're like, what's this guy gonna pull out? I'll tell you. It's a set of billiard balls.
What?
And you're like, what are you gonna do with the billiard balls?
All 12?
Well, I think there's 13, right? Because there's like 12 and the cube. Okay. So sorry to fact check you there. Okay, so he grabs these billiard balls, like starts shoving them inside of him like a little coin purse. And eventually, I mean, it's like so disgusting to mention it, but I have to mention it because the sound truly still haunts me. You can hear them clacking inside of him. And at some point, he finishes putting all of the billiard balls inside of him, and then they just start spilling out like Skittles. I don't know how to describe it. It's like truly like such a delight. Okay, but they don't all come out like super duper easily. So you know what he has to do?
No.
He
It's
has,
just,
he has to stick his hand in and fish them out.
Oh.
And fish them out, okay? It's iconic. Truly, at that point, I'm like, you are like the greatest man who ever lived.
Wow.
Srilatha just asked, like, one dildo stacked behind another, like Jenga. Yeah, so he put one whole dildo inside himself, then he put the other dildo fully inside himself as well. I know, it was iconic. Well, he didn't, it wasn't like all of these things at once. It was like, he put the dildos aside, and then he grabbed the billiard balls.
Oh, I thought it was.
No. Oh my
Okay,
god.
that makes it better.
Well, okay, but it's not over, right?
Oh my god.
After that, he like just jerks off and comes like nothing happened.
Wait.
I know.
Wait, that's how it ends?
I know. And then you have to remind yourself, like, oh, this is hot. This is hot for people. Like, this was hot for this guy, and this is hot for someone else. And I'm like, wow. Like, I'm truly just sitting there in my bed, like in masturbation stance, but I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is truly like pushing the boundaries of what the human body is capable of. And for that, I absolutely respect that man. And I
So yeah, what was better or worse?
so I was going to say, actually, like, because of that video, I've always been trying to get there. I've been training so hard all the time, and to this day I still cannot take a regular size penis.
That's good.
Like, owie, and then the ghost of that guy is like
Wow.
so that was the greatest video I've ever seen in my life. Nothing will ever top it. Except plenty of people probably top that guy. But
Hey. Who knew the human body could do that?
literally,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I think I knew.
Well, and you always hear those jokes about like the ping pong ball trick, but I mean, these are billiard balls. Like, they have like
They're hard.
density. They are like
They're heavy. Yeah.
they're heavy. And they're like massive.
One
yeah.
last question before we let you go was when the guy pooped out the balls. Was there poop?
Okay,
was
first of all, he did not poop them. He launched them.
I mean,
Okay.
like
With speed?
He launched. I mean, the first few like spill out, and then like once he gets to the sweet spot, like they do kind of. He gets a little bit of air. I know, like a Pokemon.
It doesn't seem like, I don't know physics or anything, but it doesn't seem possible to get speed on it.
Well, I think it depends on how much force you can get in the like contraction of the sphincter muscles.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Anyone a doctor? Do we have a doctor
Any
in the house?
doctors in here?
Octavia says there's multiple sphincters. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that there was more than one.
Oh, there's
but-
multiple in your canal, right?
Yeah, so they just like take turns squeezing, I guess.
Wow.
Well, I know that there's one. I know there's two, at least. I don't know.
Well, we have
So
to
you
move on. So.
Okay, so I guess no more fisting talk. Cool, I get it. Bye.
Oh no,
That was a great story.
that's a great story.
Amazing.
Wow.
And what a good transition to please donate to Squirrel Theater. This is how we get paid. Our performers get paid, and the theater to keep running. Squirrel Theater has a lot of classes that are coming up, all online if you just want to stay at home to learn. And they have live shows at Caveat.
Yeah, there's one coming up after this. Correct.
Yeah. And then there's, so please. All right. So our next guest is a special guest. She is the director for the festival, the DC Asian American Film Festival. Please give it up for Melissa Bizzagani. Is that how you say your
We're
last name?
obviously not Italian.
Oh, it's an Italian.
Silent-ish G. It's Italian, yeah. My dad's Italian,
Oh,
Cool.
which is why I no. It's funny. I have ADHD, inattentive ADHD. It's a special one, but I'm also Italian. I'm also a New Yorker. So this like loud, obnoxious, half Asian person gets to be the one who's like, elected to complain about stuff or whatever. Because all of my full Asian friends are like, Melissa, they expect it from you. You go say. But I do have a magical tie-in with Christian's story, which is bizarre.
Oh.
We have this feature film called A Sexplanation that's playing in our film festival.
There you go.
So
when is the film
Yeah, so-
festival?
July 15th it opens. July 15th through 25th it'll run. It's on Eventive, so you can watch it from home. Though some films are geo-blocked to the DMV, the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. But most of them are not. And this film that I'm going to mention, A Sexplanation, it's a documentary about a 36-year-old who's trying to have a sex education for the first time because I never got it. But there's a whole discussion where he's asking like these experts, like, so about sphincter muscles and rectal elasticity. And they're like, yeah, it's just like any other muscle. It's flexibility. So you just got to work on it, just like a gymnast.
Like that person did.
Right.
A lot of practice.
And for the real whole story from the medical experts, you should watch the doc.
Yeah, I feel like we all need sex
I could use
I don't
it.
think anyone got sex education.
Well, this is so the filmmaker Alex, he says that his parents were Chinese Catholics, so he absolutely got no education at all. And he thought he was going to go to hell all the time as a child. So yeah, he's like, let's debunk this. Let's learn a couple things. He goes and interviews one of the data analysts at Pornhub, all kinds of stuff. But he also talks about people working in high schools now and like in peer groups that are trying to really make people more comfortable with themselves. I have so many ideas behind this that are linked to the Catholic Church. But there's all this work now from sociologists talking about how the Catholic Church became obsessed. Like people were pretty much free to do whatever they wanted until the Catholic Church became obsessed with who married whom, controlling relationships, breaking down clan relationships intentionally, and breaking up families, which we all know is still a tactic that's used, to control people. And so that's what the marriage manipulation was in large part, and the discriminating and the, basically like saying monogamy amongst, a man and a woman, that's it, that was all ploy for the Catholics. And further, my theory is that they did that because they wanted people to overpopulate so that they could have wars as much as they needed or wanted to take over land. It's really for empire building, I feel, because then bodies are expendable. If you have someone popping out 14 kids, she can't feed them anyway. They might as well die in a war getting land and power for us. That's how I feel about it.
14
kids.
But that's not a comedy. This is not comedic.
Well, we could talk more about your festival.
Yeah, let's back it up.
Let's tell us more about the festival. And how long have you been working for
Well, Angel, you have a film in it.
Oh, me?
Oh.
You have a film in it.
Angel also is a filmmaker.
Yes.
Yeah, and her film is in the film festival, and it's on opening night. It just happens to be, not because she's my favorite, but her film is opening our program in front of another film, a feature film called Americanish, which is a Pakistani American story, and it's one of the first hijab wearing female filmmakers in America, American female filmmakers, and it's so much fun. It's family friendly, actually. And if you're a New Yorker, you're gonna like it extra special because Queens is heavily featured in it.
Queens. I used to live in Queens.
I grew up in Bayside.
I'm in Woodhaven right now.
Queens totally messed me up though for life because I didn't know what race was because I grew up Catholic too, but our Catholic church was like, it was mostly Italians and Irish Catholics, but it was Jamaicans, Jamaican Chinese, my mom, who's Japanese, and Puerto Ricans. So I knew what Catholicism was, but I had no idea what race was.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone told me once that I wasn't white, and I was like, what does that mean? And then they were like, well, I don't know. The explanation was just like a shocker to me, and I was like, what? This is so messed up. People think like that? Like, I thought it was us and the Methodists. That's it.
Those are the people you were like, I don't
like,
trust
I really was like, are they cultists or are we cultists? Who's wrong here? No, but yeah. Okay, you asked me a question.
Oh, just how long have you been working for the festival or the origin of the festival? Tell us more.
So, I started the festival 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
We're in our 21st year. Yeah. I moved to DC. So this is another funny story. I moved to DC. I'm a film programmer by trade. I work at the National Museum of the American Indian at the Smithsonian. And I still work there. But yeah, so somebody from the DC APA Film Festival had called me up and been like, hey, would you be interested in being an exhibition venue for us? And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, how can we cross over? And they had Hawaiian films. And I'm like, yes, let's do this. And at the time, I was so entrenched in just indigeneity because it was like all around me. And like, people joke that I was like forcibly assimilated by American Indians. Because I was like, they're like, it wasn't indoctrination. Like our director at the time was really like, you need to understand this stuff. You need to think like we think. And, you need to reconnect with like ancestral knowledge that belongs to you because you live here. This is your responsibility. You may have come from somewhere else and you should hang on to that. The knowledge that your blood ancestors gave you, but you have place ancestors. You're living in a place where people have lived for thousands of years, and it makes the most sense to carry on their knowledge for, to have a better life. So I was so entrenched in like this indigeneity, and then like I remember it was, I think it was like the end of the game was like the big feature film that year, and there was a party afterwards, and I was at this party and it's all Asian Americans, and I'm like, I don't fit in here. I don't know. These people are so foreign to me. And it was just so bizarre. Like I just felt like, who am I? I've lost my identity. Like, but also it was weird for me, I think, because in DC, the AAPI community is very burby. They're all in the burbs, And I was like very much like a New York kid. Like I talked like this for most of my life, So that was an experience, but I just like got into it and I'm like, okay, this is I did love it though. And I was like, this is the best little community project. I'm going to teach everybody how to be a real film programmer. And then I started all this stuff like with print trafficking, teaching people how to do that and what it meant to curate a program, which I think we have some really great curated programs. We don't just like throw films together. That's why all our features have like at least one short in front of them, because I like people to learn from each other, and stories like tonight, stories that like show up next to each other, like enhance each other, and support each other. And even, the stories of different people in the same space help build community, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just on the screen. So I really am very much about like not wanting people to just be like, oh, I'm Japanese, I'm only going to watch the films by Japanese filmmakers or starring, because that's not our experience here, and I have siblings that live in Japan, but I'm just like, I'm not Japanese. I don't know shit about Japan, though I do know where Mount Fuji is, and I have passed it on the bullet train. I'm American, you know, as painful as it is.
Yeah.
I'm freaking American, and I have to know my community, you know, and I have to be there to support and speak up. That's one thing. That's like my superpower that ADHD gave me, like the Italianness, the ADHD. What else? I speak up.
That's good. That's hard
That's
to
good.
do, I feel like, so that's really good. Thank you for sharing all of that. I guess one last question of, do you have any advice for like filmmakers or young filmmakers? Like how do you select what kind of films usually? Anything like that?
How to select films?
Just
Okay,
like what kind of films stand out usually where you're like, oh, this is good for our program?
Well, I think like I'm gonna fangirl right now, but for example, I'm gonna use your films as an example, Angel. It's like just do it and share your voice. Don't try to do what other people do. Like I work with some other film festivals, and one in particular always gives feedback when they don't select a film.
Interesting.
And I'm like, fuck that. You're not film school. This person is, especially if you're making short films, like this is an artist trying to find their voice. And me interjecting like my feelings or my opinion, which is one out of possible millions of audience members, it just screws with the brain. Artists are already fragile, I feel like.
Yes.
Like let this person develop their craft. If that person that is coming to you at the start of another project, like once a project is done, don't comment on it, because they're not going to go back and recut it, or they're not going to reshoot, you know, like leave them be, let them figure out themselves what they liked and didn't like about their finished product, because they were happy enough to put it in the can, even if it was for a deadline. But if they come back to you, like, because they respect you or whatever, you connected in whatever way, and they're like, oh, I'm working on this other project, like, you know, can you give me some feedback on a story? I'd love to do that. But I think it's important for people to find their own connection to other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
You know?
Yeah.
It's about being human, and there's only so much you can be your own human if you're taking on other people's opinions all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Probably people who don't know themselves.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
That's
And
true.
what I love about your films are very, you know, they're, you know, painters sometimes spend years and years just painting themselves. And there's not necessarily a lot of dialogue in those, you know, it's oftentimes very selfish. But I feel like your films are self-portraits, but they're really selfless. They're really like, this is what it means to me to be a human. And I think we don't have a lot of that.
Yeah. I think
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm the only.
no, Angel, your films are very special. They really touch a lot of people.
I think a lot of people on this show tonight want to marry you, Angel.
I think so. It's grand open.
Did you plan this? There's something going on.
Yeah, this was a proposal for me. But everyone should know that. I'm going to have multiple partners. But thank you, Melissa. Thank you for
Thanks for having me.
sharing out the festival and just like sharing our thoughts.
So it starts on, I'm sorry, July.
It starts on July 15th. Yeah.
July
and we tried to make it as cheap as possible. Like the tickets are $7 each. Or there's and that's at APA Film on Twitter, on Facebook. It's $7 for a ticket. If you want to watch the whole lineup, there's a $55 pass, which is $1 a film. It works out to $1 a film. Or there's the student, seniors, and starving artist pass, which also gets you to see everything for $40. So, and you have 11 days to watch stuff. So it should be fun.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's so great to listen to you all and meet you all.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Bye. Really good. All right. Let's.
So cool.
Oh yeah. Shall we get back to the stories? Thank you.
Yeah, let's do it.
This next storyteller, I feel like I've known her for a while, and they're also one of my favorite people in the world. Very funny, very personable. Please give it up for Madonna Refugia.
Yay! Madonna!
Ooh, yes, I love the little sound effects. Yes. Hi, I'm coming to you live from Los Angeles, but I promise the story has lots of New York references. You all will be able to understand what's going on. So I don't know if y'all know this, but tomorrow is my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that response. Yes. I thought I'd share the story of my 19th birthday, which went horribly wrong. And in the spirit of Zola coming out, I thought I'd tell a story of a friendship gone awry. So that year, my birthday landed on a Monday, but I wasn't going to let that ruin my special day. I was living in the suburbs of Baltimore at the time, where barely anything happened, not even on the weekends. So I was determined to make an adventure out of this big night and go up to New York City, where lots of things happen on any given day. And the best part about celebrating my birthday in New York City was my two besties at the time, we'll call them Charlotte and Samantha, lived in Manhattan, and I was about to have a great night in the big city with them. And this was the year, I don't know if you remember this, but this was the year that Spring Awakening was huge on Broadway, and we were all obsessed with it. We thought about going to see it that night. There was actually a special show, a special performance on a Monday, but it was sold out, of course. And luckily, Charlotte found out about a jazz night at Joe's Pub.
Yay!
So we decided to get tickets and have ourselves a little fancy jazz moment. So flashback a few weeks prior, Charlotte is telling me about a run-in she had with one of the stars of Spring Awakening, and how there's like definitely some chemistry between them, like they eye fucked or something. I don't know. But for all the Broadway nerds out there, it was John Gallagher Jr. And it just so happened that John Gallagher Jr.'s band was playing at Joe's Pub that night, right after the very same jazz gig that we were seeing. So we hatched a plan to sneak into his show. So you see, the jazz musicians were having an after party backstage, and they invited folks back there to hang out with them. Naturally, we did. We hung out backstage next to a box of Entenmann's until JGJ's band went on. Our plan went off without a hitch. We snuck back into the audience and watched his band, and it was it. That was it. It was a perfect birthday with my besties in the big city. Or so I thought.
Yeah.
What happened?
You can't tell us.
Well, after the show, we snuck backstage again with the hopes of getting one Mr. John Gallagher Jr. to talk to Charlotte. You know, I considered myself, and I still consider myself, an excellent wingman. And I wanted to help my bestie get some Broadway dick. And so we're all trying to make this happen. But all of a sudden, Charlotte's mood shifts and she's mad at me for some reason. And then she just like walks away from me. Mind you, this is like, we're having a good time. It's my birthday. We had a really great night watching the band, right? Like, come on. And then the next thing I know, Samantha is pissed about something too, and I have no idea what. But she walks out and goes home without saying goodbye to me. So here I am, alone at Joe's Pub on my birthday. And, you know, Charlotte and I, we go to her place to crash. We don't talk the whole way there. You know, we're both young and dumb and unable to communicate our feelings, and you know, we haven't really gone through adulthood yet. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're not speaking. It's the middle of the summer, and we get to her place, and it is so hot in there, and she does not turn the air conditioning on, and she knows I want the air conditioning on, and I'm too pissed at her to talk to her. So I decide that it's my turn to be a passive-aggressive brat. Because it's my damn birthday. And if I want to be a brat, I'm going to be a brat. And so in the middle of the night, I left Charlotte's sweltering apartment to go to Times Square to find an icy cool McDonald's to spend the night in. At 19, I was like, yeah, I'm totally safe to do this. And it was so dumb. It was so dumb. But I hopped back on the first Chinatown to Baltimore the next morning, and that was my 19th birthday. And you know, the saddest part wasn't that Charlotte was just inexplicably walking away from me, or Samantha did the same thing, or there was just like, they triggered, you know, abandonment issues, whatever. It was the fact that I still stayed friends with them after that. Mm-hmm. You know, I was too desperate back then for friendship to realize I was choosing friends that were toxic. Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, I noticed a lot of people were questioning their pre-pandemic friendships and cutting out the people that didn't really serve them anymore. But I don't know. I don't know if we need to do another pandemic to show us who our true friends are. I think that maybe we just need to take a step back and look for the folks who will be there to celebrate us, no matter what. And that's it. That's my story.
Yay. We celebrate you.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yes, your birthday this year, I'm sure, will be much better than that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Palm Springs, and
yes.
I'm having a bunch of friends come. We're doing a Midsommar themed party. It's called Mad Samar. Hashtag Mad Samar. Get it? Oh, do you want to see my flower crown for it? It's literally right here.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do a little
costume change.
Real moment.
Oh my god!
Not what I expected at all.
That's beautiful.
That's official real now.
Yes.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice friends, you know.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I think we've all had friends you had to drop, you know.
Everyone.
I've dropped some friends.
You're my only friend.
Wait, me or Becky?
I think Angel. She dropped me. Madonna dropped me.
Okay. Good. All right, thank you, Madonna. That was a great story. Sad, but it was, I loved it, and happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, our last storyteller is one of my favorite people in the universe. So funny, so smart, and
So smart.
pretty. So pretty to look at. Everyone, give it up for Becky Yamamoto.
Did you call me Yamamojo?
Yamamoto.
I'm just kidding. Oh, the crowd went crazy. So I guess my story is about being a stand-up. I've told Angel this story before, but when I was starting out, I would do a lot of I still do open mics, but I did open mics, and I was at an open mic, and this guy was like, "Hey, that was great. I really like one of your jokes. Do you do college shows?" And at that point, I was like, "You mean you could get paid to do this?" Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, I do college shows." So he invited me out to do a show in New Jersey.
Which college? Can you say?
He didn't say what college. He just said, "Do you do college shows?"
So you didn't know, you just went to New Jersey?
Yeah, so I went to the farthest part of New Jersey called Red Bank. Have you been there before, Angel?
I don't think, no.
It felt far wherever it was. Red Bank. I don't know. So I got off the train. I was still kind of new to New York. So I was just like, yeah, you can take a train anywhere, you know. So I took a train to the farthest reaches of New Jersey, and this kid picked me up. And I don't think I recognized how young he was when I saw him in the club in New York. But when he picked me up, I'm like, bless you. I'm sorry. When they picked me up, I realized it was like two dudes. They were like, I think 17. They were very young. And I at that time was 20 something. I don't really, it was a long time ago, last year. It was a long time ago. And so they picked me up, and it was like, oh, these fucking teenagers, what? You know, so anyways, so they bring me to this like Starbucks. So like, oh, we got a flyer. I'm like, we got a flyer for the show? What the hell's going on? Yeah, I didn't even know. And they showed me a flyer. I was like, what is this? I don't even. So we get to the place. It's like in this mini mall in New Jersey. And I'm like, is this I don't understand. But so the thing is, it was packed full of people. It was like, it's rolling.
That's the term.
That's the term. Rocking.
Popping.
It's popping and locking. And I get in there, and it's packed full of people from New Jersey. I don't know anything about New Jersey. I'm sorry for anyone who's from there. Anyway, so so they start going, and then I get up, and I don't get a lot of laughs, and like all my big show-stopping jokes. I have a lot of showstoppers. Just kind of tank, like brr, brr, and then like you're like digging in your pocket for, you know, something that's gonna, but nobody is laughing. And at some point I'm like, how much more time do I have? And this guy in the middle row goes, "You're finished."
Very New Jersey accent.
Oh, thank you. That was authentico. And so then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm finished. And I had nothing to say back to him. It's really awful. So then I get off the stage, and they're like, we got to get you back to the train station, the last train, you know, whatever. So I get to they leave me. Oh, it's 20 degrees outside, by the way. It's like winter. So they leave me at the train station, and there's nobody there waiting. And some lady pops out from, I don't know where, somewhere, and it's like, oh, the last train for the city left like an hour ago. So So then I call the kid and I'm like, hey kid, the last train to the city left already. You gotta drive me back to the city. And he's like, I can't, my mom, I haven't told my mom, like that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm stuck out here forever, So anyway, so then I have to wait. He brings me back to the college show, which is
still happening.
It's still happening, and I'm like, fuck, dude. And so he's like, I don't know where we're gonna go. Like, you can't stay at my house, because he lives with his mom. And so he's like, but I heard, like, Kelly's having a party, so we can go hang out in their basement. So I'm an adult at this point, so I'm not like, this is really horrible. So I get to the house, and it's like a nice New Jersey house, I go to take a pee, and there's like a safari-themed bathroom. It's really cute. And then I go to the basement where the kids that I just bombed in front of are all sitting down there. And I'm like, hey. So he's like, well, you're going to have to spend the night here. So I end up, long story short, I end up sharing a pull-out couch with children, like these kids.
You had to share it too.
It was so disgusting. I was like, oh God. And yeah, so I don't do college shows anymore.
Good. What a great lesson.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I quit comedy, and I'm gonna go into banking.
Oh, good. I support all your life decisions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. You should keep doing comedy.
Okay.
I mean, you are still doing comedy.
Yeah.
All right. That was our last storyteller. Let's bring everyone back. Just so we're all in here together. Yay.
Yay.
Thank you so much, everyone, for telling your stories. Oh, hi, Madonna. Everyone, it was so great. I'm so happy that everyone here is my friend. And I hope you keep telling your stories. We're gonna end the show with a music video by Jen Kwok. I think it fits the theme very nicely. So I'm gonna say goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. And here is the music.
Sitting on the front porch, you know you never get enough. You don't have much, but don't give up. Underneath the stars, you never felt so beautiful. So wrong for this small town. But wait, child, wait, your turn is coming slowly. But don't believe me. You want something to mend and done it all. The world's got problems. You want them solved. Your limbs will take you far away, but don't forget this heart that small town gave to you. Believe dream for you. So all you have to do is you can go from the desert to the sea, but don't believe me. Don't believe
Wow, are we? This is
Whoa.
it. We are live. This is very exciting. That just happened. Hey, hello everyone, and welcome for joining us. It's going well already. This is Dinner in the Movie. We're going to do a few fun improvised scenes about all your fun dating stories, and I know you have them. Don't be shy. And then we're going to improvise a full-on movie. And what I'm also going to do is send another little email, a cheeky little email out to a Mr. David Blovband, who should be joining us and is just clicking on links. I'm guessing.
How cheeky is the email gonna be?
Make it cheeky.
Whoa.
Super cheeky.
Quick little. Oh, hey, David. We're just hanging out on the stream. Hanging out on the stream. But while we're hanging out on the stream, if anyone listening exists, or watching even, those people, and you have like a fun story about being on like a weird little date or something like that, that's cool, and we'll like use that to inspire some scenes. Or we can use the comments from the previous show and do like a few scenes off of those, because I've already heard about. I can see some amazing comments in the behind the scenes chat as well, so that's very exciting. But yeah, before we do any of that, I wanted to introduce our wonderful cast. I put this show as me and David and friends, because I didn't know who would be available. And look at the friends I've assembled. First, a woman I am proud, more than delighted to call my friend. I should call her more than my friend, because we're technically married. Lizzie Bonnell.
Hello.
Lizzie, just a quick comment. What's it like being friends with me?
It's amazing being friends with you. You're a great friend.
Great. Another woman. I used to watch her on stage doing comedy, and I'd laugh, and I'd even like send her a little message every often going, "Oh my god, that was such good comedy you did." And I stopped doing it because I was like, I can't every week go, "Good, there's such good comedy," but know that all the times I didn't message you, I was thinking, that's such good comedy. I'm, of course, talking about the one, the only Caitlin Puckett.
Yay! Oh.
I love knowing there were compliments, but I didn't know what they were. That's so nice. Thank you, Sham.
For those of you who don't know, and those of you who do know, it's weird that you do know, Caitlin used to coach me improv, and then at the end of each class, she'd like go around and make us do nice things, and it was a nightmare.
Nice things.
It's like I'd have to hear compliments.
You're alone in thinking it was a nightmare.
Oh no, I love watching Shem squirm. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a true delight looking Shem in the eyes and seeing the fear, because I never see it otherwise. And then you have to just say something kind.
Cool. That's not what the show is.
It is.
It's not compliments.
You're outnumbered, baby.
But what this show is starring another one of my friends. You might know her from her amazing web series Supporting, her wonderful TikToks, or just seeing her cute little cat Mimosa just around. She's an actor and, let me say, star of Boogie Monja. It's the one, I think the only, Rachel Chada.
Thank you so much. There is one other on Facebook, but she's had the same profile picture for like 10 years, so I think she's a catfish. She's also a small girl in a fur coat. So maybe it is me.
Yeah, I'd say that's not entirely off-brand for you.
That sounds like a mystery.
Yes.
And then lastly, and not leastly, the friend whom everyone sees me with and goes, "How are you two friends?" One of you is very cool and one of you is Shem.
And I keep saying, that's not my name.
So it's a very confusing interaction all the way around. I'm going to say fantabulous Chloe Hale.
Ooh, hot. Hot.
Oh, that felt so good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
Like the life is back. Here we go.
Chloe, just your favorite thing about being friends with me, just while we have the public watching.
Sham, could you repeat the first three words you said?
Chloe.
I'm so sorry, Sham. I didn't do the math right. The words after those first three.
Your favorite things about being friends with me.
About being friends with you? We don't have enough time, Sham. You're kind and supportive and
No, that's right. You're right. We don't have enough time.
Okay. Love you. I'll text you later.
But we do have an amazing date story immediately out of the gate.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
To read it out loud, and I'm sure we can have it on screen as well. I gave a hand job during Fellini's 8.5 inches, which was the weirdest date I've been on recently.
I want to know one from the past.
I want to know Was this like a public showing, or was it a Netflix and chill kind of thing?
Yeah, the strange thing about this to me is film form, of course. Now I have no further questions.
Chloe and I don't know what Fellini's 8.5 is.
And Lindsay's laughing because it sounds like innuendo.
I know. That's why I thought.
Yeah.
I was like,
I want to do an 8.5 joke so bad.
I mean, I'm gonna let you just do
that's
a
fine.
classic improv scene, and then we can work out what all these things mean within the confines of this.
I love.
That's a lot of fun.
7.5, 8, 8.5. We made it. Hi. Is this Fellini's 8.5?
Yeah. Thanks for coming to a retrospective of all of Fellini's sizes. We've been working through Fellini's closet, and we're just really appreciative of anyone who can go through and just love his shoes. This is, of course, Fellini's Air Jordans.
Oh, amazing!
A true treasure.
Fellini. Go ahead. I was just going to say, Fellini, the man who never stopped growing but just kept living.
We're students at FIT. Sorry, we're just so excited. He was able to wear every size.
And really, with that always growing, always living, I think Fellini taught us a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember when Fellini was giving that speech at Fazoli's, the fast casual Italian restaurant, and he said, it's not about size.
We cut to that speech.
Hello. It is I, Fellini at Fazoli's. And I am here to talk about, it's not the size of the breadsticks, which is a very good sponsor. Thank you so much, Fazoli's. Yes, give it up for Fazoli's.
Hey, these aren't my meatballs. These are not my meatballs.
Oh.
I used to be the most popular director in Italy. What's happened to me?
You didn't ask for meatballs. You said Parmesan on bread.
Dad, we don't yell at the customers.
This is it. This is rock bottom.
Sorry, Fellini, I have a question. I'm hearing echo, and as one of the truly great film directors of the time, how would you recommend we fix this?
Oh, maybe Fellini has to go get his headphones.
No, Fellini.
Oh, Fellini has to go get his headphones. I will be back, Fazoli.
Fellini, if anything, I feel like it's. Oh no, Fellini's gone, and I feel like the echo was coming from the Parmesan people.
Some days it happens, and some days it doesn't. We cut back to Fellini's 8.5.
Can I just show you Fellini's 24?
Oh, I would love to.
This is like a beautiful boot with a velvet interior, a velour on the outside, and as we know, Fellini just kept growing, so no one else has ever worn a 24 size shoe before.
Oh my gosh! Look at the amount of fabric they used. Oh my gosh! I guess Deborah just was overwhelmed and had to leave. But don't worry, I'll take enough pictures for class. Thank you so much again. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll do it.
And scene. Great. Because I see like we have some people asking questions in the chat, and that is amazing. Someone has asked us to do a scene where a man, horsey butt, what is that? What is this? Truly a great question. A man inherits an ungodly amount of baked beans. That scene is coming, horsey butt. That scene is in the pipe. We're like, don't you worry.
Don't you worry your pretty little mind.
What we're asking for in the first half of the show is just examples of fun, interesting date stories that you might have had. Coming up, beans. And I don't want to overhype this bean scene, but it will redefine what you think about improv. But if you have like a fun example of a date story that you've had, bad date, shout out in the comments. Like we've already had a hand job during Fellini's 8.5. We really focus on the size and not the hand job, which, you know, I'm glad. Because I was being blushed. But we take you now to a man inherits an ungodly amount of beans. Baked beans, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Blimey, like, Uncle Frank is dead, but at the same time, I have got so many fucking baked beans.
Yeah, where you want me to put them?
Oh, come in, mate, come in, and for now, just stack them around the house, because right now these beans to me are like the memory of Frank living on. Do you know what I mean? Like, Frank, what an uncle.
We got some baked beans for you.
I mean, I know this isn't normally how you do them, but, you know, I was Frank's only nephew, Frank's only living family member. We didn't have good odds in the family car mistakes. And if you would all just pause with me and, you know, rip off a lid, because they've got those ring pull things in. We don't need any can openers. Just rip off a lid and maybe we could all just drink a bit of beans to Frank.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
I am from the Vatican. And this is...
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
You know what you did. I've been following you and your bean truck around Italy.
Oh, dear.
This is ungodly. I saw you take a bite. This is against Christ. It is against the holy. Don't take another bite. This is.
I'm a nervous eater. I've got a man from the Vatican standing right in front of me.
I ain't scared. You know why?
Why? Tim, why?
Because I work directly for the devil.
Whoa!
We've been working for the freaking devil. We didn't even know it.
Does he pay good?
The fucking devil. Oh, that's why he's got the horns.
Yeah, you work for the devil, you get little horns.
I mean, I've just met you, but they suit you, mate. They really fucking suit you.
Yes,
we cut to Caitlin's character and the devil. I just don't want any more carbs in hell. Like, it's gassy, and that's dangerous with the amount of fire we have. And so, like, if you could just get rid of them, that would be.
I'll do it, but I gotta tell you, my accent gets weird when I'm in the depths of hell. But what's happened to you?
What's happened to me?
You used to be all fire and brimstone, and now it's just mild complaining.
I'm telling you, it's the beans, it's the carbs. I've become lethargic. I'm slow. I'm just, you know, I'm not my old self. And I'm thinking if we pep it up, you get a few like green salads, maybe like, you know, a nutritional shake. I'll be back to I am the God of hell.
There he is. That was good to hear.
Oh, I need a nap. Oh.
Beelzebub, Satan, Dark Prince, God opposite.
Did I hear that the devil's asleep? It's me, another little gremlin named Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
I just heard that the devil was asleep. I thought we could come in and draw funny things on his face.
Yeah, all right.
Well, he took a little nap. Okay. Oh, let's see. The devil's always talking about how he's a serious man. Let's put a little mustache on him. Let's put a little something on him. And hopefully he doesn't wake up during his bean nap.
All right, he's been a little soft lately, but I'd be careful, Jimmy. You're messing with
The devil.
Lucifer.
Yes. You know what? I know. But listen, if you're not having fun in hell, what are you freaking doing? What are you doing?
Oh my God. That's such a good point. What am I doing? I've been serving the devil. For what?
Live your life.
We focus on Caitlin's character as they have this epiphany.
Right.
And then we pull out and reveal Caitlin's character is now owning a museum filled with Fellini shoes.
Say that again.
We pull out from the epiphany and we see that Caitlin's character is now just owning a museum that's filled with shoes of various sizes.
Yeah. Yes, welcome to the museum.
Hi, welcome to Georgia, to the museum. I have shoes of all varying sizes here, as many as you can imagine. That was a flipping ghost. I told you. Come on now. Look, how many times I told you we gotta clear this place out. Hauntings aren't fun no more.
Hauntings aren't fun no more.
Come on.
Listen, I know I'm just a tour guide in training, but I think we gotta engage a little bit more. I mean, that visitor just straight up disappeared on us. I think we need to look him in the eyes. Hey, you two over there staring at this size 22.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. You want me to tell you a story about those 22s?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, easy now. Come on.
No, we gotta engage, Billy Bob, okay? Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Those 22s were once worn by a man as he was walking down a long road, singing a song. You want to hear that song?
Oh, I want to hear that song.
He was singing to himself, I have big feet. I have big feet. I have big feet, but look at me. I'm walking down this road. Ah, that's good.
We should buy that in the gift shop.
You gotta add a little more jazz to it, and it'll be okay.
Oh, come on. I don't know. I've been doing this 40 years. Come on. I don't know.
I'm telling you.
And scene.
Thank you. This is just like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay, we're going to be doing scenes from a hat.
I have so many hats. Also,
I actually really like Whose Line.
I do too. I grew up on it.
Oh, I mean, Caitlin, you're perfectly poised to do scenes from a hat. You're in like, you have clothes everywhere.
That is, yeah.
I can do scenes from a wig.
Oh, can you show your wig wall?
Show the wig wall.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Shem,
Yes.
take it away.
I was going to ask if anyone here has one final mildly amusing or interesting date story that they would care to like share while we if we just have one of those,
Even just like romantic. You know, you didn't even have to put a label on it.
Oh.
But if anyone in the cast has one, and I will do another cheeky little email.
Yeah, lest we forget.
We got
Shem is not the only host, but neither are any of us. or the other. How do you phrase that, Rachel?
We're not the hosts.
We are not. Yes.
You're either a love
Oh
fan
wow!
or you're a friend.
Wait, we have one from and Lives. Which is well because I know who this person is, and they said, "Should I watch an improv show?" And I said, "Well, it might be bad." But then she said, "That's all improv shows," and I was like, "Damn, you got me."
Touche.
Wow.
But you had an awkward date where neither person wanted to pay for dinner at the end. Was it because they were like, it was bad, and neither of you were like, I want to see this person again?
Or the food was bad.
Oh, we'll find out.
In this scene. Hey, I know I said I'd get this, but then thinking about it, I think that. Oh,
Sorry, I was just leaving it here. Usually people stop talking when the waiter's here, but it's fine. Enjoy.
And they've been so good. The service has been like some of the best I've seen. So gonna have to tip.
Excuse me. Hi. Sorry. Did another waiter just come by this table?
Yes.
A little kind of frazzled, being weird.
Very frazzled, very weird. Left an empty plate. Okay, gosh. Well, now I was gonna pay, and then now I don't even know who to tip. Like we're just getting. They haven't served us any food.
I mean, some places just put it all together and split it, so we might not be like ignoring anyone.
It's just I had what I would like to classify. Oh, no, wait, what just?
Hi, I'm Shelley Duvet. I'm the owner of Le Petit Poisson. I want to make sure that you enjoyed your meal, and I just wanted to check. Did like one waitress come by, seem a little quirky, and then another, and said a little less, and then there was just like kind of a quick flash, and then there's like smoke for them to disappear, and then I appeared?
Yeah, Shelley, that happened almost exactly. But while I have you, all the fish you have here are big. Like that's you drew us in with like, oh, le petit poisson, le petit, the poisson, c'est so petit.
Le petit poisson, yeah.
But they've all been big, and if I'm not mistaken, North American carp. So like we are feeling. What? How does the waiter manage to be on mute?
I don't know. I mean, normally they're the loudest people here. They want to be noticed.
Like, okay, so I was going to pay. I thought this is going to be an enjoyable dating experience, and then it was bad. And it's, if anything, it's getting progressively worse. And I want to take ownership for that, but then I also feel like me taking responsibility is in a way payment in and of itself.
Right. Yeah, I see that. I can see that, and I would really love to pay too. But I just don't know emotionally if I can.
Right.
Because if I don't take responsibility with you, then I think that's putting the onus of all this evening.
Hey, okay. Two lesbians walk up to you. One of them says, "Hey, give me that bill." What are you gonna do? Don't think, just answer.
We're not lesbians.
Okay, which of them is Butch?
You thought too much.
Now, here's the thing. I don't even know if I'm allowed to like ask if one of them is Butch. Like it just, as I said it, I was like, well, this feels like I'm drawing on something. So it's feeling like a real lived-in experience, but it also like felt very wrong coming out of my mouth. And now I will pay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But sorry, just to clarify, when I said things were going crazy in the back earlier, I meant that we're all having a giant orgy touching time. But it's all okay. We're fine. Bye.
Big orgies, big fish. Like none of this is what I wanted in this like experience.
No, but I did like the phrase touching time. Like that's a really cute, like, do you want to come over for some touching time?
I mean, that would have been a good date. That I would have paid for. Not that no. But like, yeah, like if you could said, hey, touching time. Yeah. Oh God, that's money in the bank. That's a worthwhile, good experience. Hey, you wanna?
Hey, David Duvet, co-owner of Le Petit Poisson. Quick question for you guys. What if I told you you were on a hidden camera show? What if I told you that?
I mean, if you told me that, I'd feel a little embarrassed. But I always think when you see those shows, like it's nice when the people are like, sure, show that, reveal it, because like it's fun for people to laugh at, right? Like I'd be like, okay.
David, what if I told you you were on an expose for Deceptive Restaurants who had huge American fish? You're actually on the Papa Français. We are two French journalists, and we got to find out people who are pretending to be French, and then we do an expose. I was like, what is French for expose? This is expose.
Je m'appelle French.
Expose.
No.
Expose.
No. Nous avons vu des couvertes.
And after Rachel literally dropped the mic, I'm going to edit that scene there. It was literal. No, it was great. It was like we have reached our heights. And now, I saw like the additional context on the date story. It was assumed that Elias would pay for being butch, and I was like, wow. That's like such key, crucial information I should have had before going into that. It was like in the corner of my eye, I was like, oh no.
That's messed up.
It's really messed up. But it's not messed up. This movie we're about to do. No. So we are going to improvise a full, and by full I mean about 35 minutes length movie. And it will be almost as good as A Man Inherits an Ungodly Amount of Baked Beans.
Hey, don't make promises you can't keep.
Okay, in the spirit of not making promises I can't keep, it will be better than A Man Inherits an Ungodly Amount of Baked Beans, the scene which is all etched upon our hearts. This is the cast of the movie. If at any point in time TV and films David Bloodband appears, well, that's just a bonus. Like I'm going to call that a cameo, and not the Page 4 app, which I might be able to raise him on as well. Like I haven't seen if he's on Cameo, but I'm sure he is. So to do this movie, we need a lyric from a song to inspire us. Like a lyric that means something to you, by which I mean not "Hit Me Baby One More Time" or not "It Was All a Dream," but like a fun lyric from a song that means something to you. Or if you're feeling classy, a line from a poem. So like that.
Oh, that would be super class.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have a great lyric from a song in The Devil Went Down to Georgia, which the man who sung that song for Charlie Daniels from the Charlie Daniels Band is now nuts and like is very like right wing and like just bad, as most 70s musicians are.
What did she
But
die?
it's such a fun song. It's still a
You can't deny the song. Like
down to Georgia. Is that how it goes?
no, not at all.
Everyone down in Georgia is looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah.
But we can all agree Devil's verse is way better than Johnny's, yeah?
Oh yeah, like it was like, oh, the Devil's won this one. It's like, oh no, what a dark and twisted take in the song, and then it was just unfairly handed to not Devil, and I think that's why we're in the trouble we're in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. I weep for Adonis.
You can read it out loud.
Adonis? He is dead. Oh, weep for... Is that how... Adonis? Is that how you spell Adonis? Am I not saying that right?
It's spelled different
Octavia's
in Greek mythology,
smarter than-
Adonis, but maybe it's the poet. So
Though our tears thaw not, the frost which binds so dear ahead, and thou, sad hour, selected from all years to mourn our loss, rouse thy obscure compeers, and teach thine own sorrow. Say with me, died Adonis till the future dares to forget the past. His fate and fame shall be an echo and a light unto eternity.
yeah, it's Adonis.
Yes,
You know,
okay.
everybody remembers the chorus of 500 Miles, but no one remembers the verses.
Also, it took me until it got to Shadow to be like, this is a poem. I was like, how does this? I can't get this song going.
Here's the thing. I once sung at a wedding, and we were gonna do this movie, but I once had to like sing with a Scottish friend all of 500 Miles, and then because he was genuinely Scottish, I had to be when I haver, when I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering with you. When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's waking up with you. And I would walk 500 miles. I would walk 500 miles to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. And if I do it,
I want to get remarried so you can sing that.
Oh my God, that'd be so much fun.
Oh, we'll get big pipes. It'll be so nice.
Oh, Chloe and I can be your little flower girls.
it was super fun because like the wedding was in Scotland, and then they all like form like a big Kaylee, and then like at the Baba, everyone like just sings and like moves in, and like I would never sing that thing I just said now unaccompanied because it sounds like I'm being a Scottish caricature. But if you're doing a duet with a Glaswegian, it sounds very respectful.
All right.
But we're gonna go with the poem. We now present the movie.
Okay. We open up and we see a hunk. He is glistening in the light of his bathroom, and he's looking in the mirror, checking himself out. And my God, does he look good. In fact, he's the best looking man who walks the earth. He knows it. He says it into the mirror. Nobody beats my looks.
And then we see that the mirror has like a face on it, and he's talking to the mirror and saying, "I'm the hottest person on the earth, right?" And then the mirror's going, "Yeah, buddy." The mirror's drooling. You can see the mirror's just really horny for this big old thing. This film is like animated. We can clearly see it's like a big old, sexy-looking cartoon mirror that's like very turned on. The mirror's got like a little like mustache, but it's not like twirly or anything like that. It's like very fashionable. It feels like a fashionable reboot or like an update. We cut away from this scene and we move away to a very like a nerd, like a dweeby looking nerd. There's like packs and styles of like astrophysics books and how to stop getting my head flushed down the toilet 101, and then why does no one like me, like a whole like book with questions, and then here's why no one likes you, a whole book full of answers, all stacked up in front. In the
nerd's backpack, there is a flyer for a secret Valentine event that's happening at school. And it has little notes written all over it as if it was a diabolical plan.
And then we zoom out and we can see over the nerd's shoulder, the nerd's mom is reading the notes on the flyer as well. She is immaculate. She has a beautiful two-piece suit on. She has a beautiful hat, even though she's indoors. It's adorned with flowers, and has the shiniest amethyst necklace you have ever seen.
And then we can see like on the corner of the nerd's room right underneath the mother, it's like, don't worry, I'm not a school shooter. It's not that kind of movie. And like a big like banner like talking about all the like harmless ways that he's planning revenge, a lot of which involve like I'll show them, but in a non-violent way that you can feel comfortable about. We cut away from this scene.
And we go down to the pond right next to the high school, the high school pond. And the science teacher is there, who's like a little bit of a zaddy, but he doesn't know it. He's looking into this pond. He's like, how do I get through these kids? Like, I need to teach them STEM values, and they just don't listen. And a flyer blows across, and it's to the Valentine's dance, and he picks it up.
I'm an adult. I shouldn't go to this.
And we see a picnic basket. It is enormous for just one man. It's one of the saddest things we've ever seen. He slowly just unpacks every little piece of the picnic. There are strawberries individually wrapped with saran wrap. There is hummus, nothing to dip, sandwiches galore.
And there's 2 of each.
And at that point, we see a park ranger walk into shot, and he is just eyeing up that picnic basket. The park ranger is not on a great salary. His uniform is worn out. You can tell like the khaki color that it was once bright, but now has those little white marks when you've washed something so much and folded it. And we see a single tear roll down the park ranger's face.
And inside the tear for the park ranger's face, we can see the title of the movie spelled out in like water droplets, and it reads, "A nerd and a hunk switch bodies." We cut to the first scene with the mirror and the hunk.
Hey, mirror, I'm looking good today, right? You don't have to answer that. I know I'm looking good. Hey, mirror, I can't hear you.
Sorry. I was thinking about what I was going to say before I said it because, ooh, baby, you just make me so nervous. Show me those teeth again. Look at those orthodontics. Someone had braces. Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, yeah. I have braces. I went to see that orthodontist every day. And do you know what? Because looking good is so important to me, I threatened him.
Yes, baby, you come in here and you floss every damn day, and you stare at me and you just, you move it in and out.
That's right.
Chad, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
I know I'm just a face in the mirror, and I exist to boost your confidence, but I think I'm in love with you.
Oh, you are in love with me. Everyone's in love with me. I walk past people. I don't need to look back, but I feel all those heads turn and just people looking at me as I walk by them. So, Mira, you're in great company. Everyone loves Chad. I'm even getting t-shirts with it printed on that I'm going to give out at this school thing. You know, no one needs to wear a prom dress or a suit. Just wear a t-shirt that says, I love Chad.
Do you think it could ever work between us?
I mean,
you said that everyone loves you, but I talk to you twice a day.
Chad's phone rings.
Yeah.
Hello, it's Dr. Erica, your chiropractor.
Yo, Erica, what's up?
Hey, really great adjustment the other day. The spine's feeling fantastic. You know, I was wondering if you had a date to the school dance that, you know, neither of us go to.
I got hundreds of dates. But I'll put you on the list, Erica.
Oh my gosh, thank you. See you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.
Chad's other phone rings.
My butt pocket phone.
This
one's warm.
Hey, Chad, it's your account. I've just been going over your W-2s. And, like, everything seems fine.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Also, this is almost not tax related. But I was wondering if you would like to go to the dance that's happening. I do the school's accounts, so like it's not weird that I'm there. I need to see if they're writing off everything properly. So like, you know, I will just be there. And also, I know how to cut a rug. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Chad's other phone starts ringing.
My God, if I had arms, I'd call him too.
Hey.
Hi, Chad. Hey, this is Mrs. LeBaume, the gym teacher.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, I'm not sure if you have a date to the dance, if you're coming, if you're going. Hey, I'm going to be there. Would love to see you there with me.
Thanks so much. Look, I'm going to put you on the list. And because I like you, I'm going to say, do you know what?
Mrs. LeBaum's phone rings.
Hold on.
Wait, you have a second phone too? Oh, you have just moved up that list.
Hey, it's LeBaume.
Hey, this is your accountant. There have been some irregularities on your W-2. Like, I just feel like it's really important that you stay and clear those up. And then you
What phone are
will
you
have to
calling me
miss the
from?
dance.
What phone? You calling me from your personal phone?
I'm calling you from my accounting phone.
The camera zooms into the phone and you see like technology wires, it traveling to where the accountant is on the other end of the phone, and it zooms to another corner of his house where we see his nerd son. Happy Valentine's Day. All right. Yeah. God, I wish I was a honk. I wish. No, it's stupid. You're never gonna answer me back, Mir.
The camera zooms in on the internet, which doesn't exist yet, so it's fine.
I know what I'll do.
Psst.
Huh?
Psst.
Huh?
Hey, Davey.
What?
Davey. Hey, I'm not an ominous mirror. It's your mother. I'm standing behind you with a plate of cheese.
God. Mom, hi.
Hi. Babe, you're doing the thing where you just stare in the mirror and hope that someone talks to you again.
So?
Hon, I'm worried about you, okay? Valentine's Day is coming up, and listen, if you need me to pretend to be your Valentine, I'm not above that, okay? I can send you some roses.
Mom, no. No, you don't get it. I want to have a Valentine that has no choice but to fall in love with me. I want a type of girl who's like, oh, these nipples are so uncomfortable in my shirt. I gotta get them out. That's not you, Mom.
No, Davey, remember what we've talked about nipples? Okay?
That we're sex positive family.
We are a sex positive family, but you only talk about the nipples once they have been shown to you willingly, okay? You can't just talk about someone's nipples until they're out. Once they're out, they're fair game.
Okay.
Okay? I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Why don't you plan on asking out someone that you like? You got it. You are my beautiful, beautiful, smart little boy, okay?
Mom, you don't get it. It's totally different than when you were at school. You gotta have these elaborate like dance proposals. You gotta have a song ready. You gotta have a dance ready.
Are you asking your mother, Queen of Jazzercise?
No.
To
No, I'm not.
choreograph
No.
a dance
I'm not.
proposal?
I'm not. I'm not.
I don't go to all those fucking Zumba classes for nothing, Davey.
Oh. Mom, have you had some of your Merlot box? Yeah.
The camera zooms into the Merlot box and it swirls into the river, and then we pull out and we see the third scene.
Teacher,
Groundskeeper.
You. The thing about you is.
Aye. What is it? Spit it out, laddie.
I've seen you keeping the grounds.
Aye.
I've been watching you, and I.
Have you seen? Have you seen my experiments?
Have, and I'm a science teacher.
This is perfect. I've been doing science experiments.
And that's, I'm going to say it. I think I'm in love with you. I've been watching.
No.
Too quick,
Oh
too fast.
no! I got into science because I can't process my emotions. So I was hoping to have a cold. I was hoping to have a whole dispassionate relationship where I explained to you my body swap technology and how it runs on sandwiches, and you would help me. But I wasn't hoping for love.
Well, sorry, I'm a scientist who got into science because not even science can explain the stars.
Oh, hey,
astrology,
laddie,
love, feelings.
Lassie, I know
first
I'm
sight
just
with
a
you.
groundskeeper who does experiments, but I think there's very much a whole science of stars.
Depends who you ask.
Sparks start flying from the groundskeeper's experiment.
Well, there it is. So if that's not a sign.
These aren't sparks because of us. This is sparks because of
sparks
my
for us.
experiment. I put a really big sandwich in the machine.
A big gust of wind comes by and blows the science teacher's glasses off of their face, and their hair falls down to their shoulders.
No, no. Stop trying to make yourself look movie hot. Like I know.
Sorry, stop. No, I don't want you to see me. Oh.
The groundskeeper is so astonished that he drops all of his papers all over the floor.
Oh, my papers!
Sorry, I accidentally wiped all my makeup off, and you're not even scared of me. I must be so beautiful.
Why am I in your body?
Sparks flew.
But this is a disaster. I wonder where else there's been a problem. And then the camera like pans up, and we see like a quick montage of like lots of different people all over the town who've like switched bodies. This is a confused looking swimmer who switched bodies with a fish. We see over in Rachel's window a 13-year-old boy is having the time of his life in his mother's body.
I'm scared.
And then we cut to the nerd from the second scene and the hunk from the first scene who have swapped bodies.
Ugh. What is? Why do I feel like a slug?
Look at me. I'm like, I feel like a library book that was left out in the rain and read too many times.
Oh, but where's my mirror who's gonna talk to me? I was a hunk. What's happened to my body?
You are a hunk. You have my body.
Oh, this is
And
confusing.
I feel a good flesh.
I'm getting confused. Just
Hi, it's me, the mirror. I've entered your home in your mirror because I only come to hot boys' homes. It's okay. It'll be fine. You used to be a nerd, but now you're hot.
Right. I was a hunk. No.
You were the nerd, and now you're in the hunk's body, and I love the hunk. And now you're so excited because you've always wanted a hot mirror man, and that's me. And my hunk never took me seriously, no matter how much I loved him. But now you've given the hunk a heart.
We cut to the hunk who's now running frantically through Target, like staring, shouting at various mirrors, asking them for love.
Love me? Care for me? Give me a kiss. I look good, right? This is just like a momentary thing that's gonna pass. This isn't forever. This is.
You nerd.
Oh.
We see a shard of glass at the mirror just spat out, scarring the nerd, making them even less physically conventionally attractive. We cut back to the hunk who is in the nerd's body. And they are now at a pool party surrounded by cuties.
Oh my god. Oh my
god. Do you have a date to the dance? I'll let you touch my nipple.
What? Stop doing that with my body. I'm your mother.
What?
I'm the woman at the pool party's mother.
So you're just a different mom now.
I swap body. Hey, I'm a mother. I know I look like a little child. I'm a mother. I swap places with this hot lady at the pool party, and she's not following my nipple rules. You talk about your nipples when they've been shown, and then that's okay. But you cannot.
No, shh! I'm an adult woman. I'm an adult woman.
I feel like you're mocking me, and I do not like it.
Oh my gosh, that's what a 13-year-old boy would say.
No, I'll show you my nipples.
Oh, that's very convincing. That's very convincing.
I'm gonna be honest. It feels like there's a lot happening between them. And I'll also show you my nipples without all the baggage.
Mom?
Oh no, there's a dog on my nipple!
No, Mom!
Owie!
Mom, get off her nipples!
We zoom in on the nipple, and it takes us to the school dance where there's music playing and everyone is standing on.
When we see the school dance, and then the camera moves up and moves up, and then we go out into the offices of Pixar, where two executives are furiously fighting over whether they can or cannot show the nipple.
No, you can't show the nipple. Categorically, no. We are Pixar.
It's all circles, mate, though, isn't it?
No, but it's circles and context, right? Like the nipple on a body is not just a circle.
Listen, Carrie and Dave, you guys got to make up our mind, okay? We have photoshopped this nipple in and out so many times. That's not even how you use animation tools.
No, but that's why we use this.
Hey, it's me, Ratzenberger.
Oh, from Cheers?
Yeah, who's in every single Pixar movie.
I know.
I own your asses.
Hey, Ratzenberger?
Yeah.
Would it help if you knew it's your nipple we based it on?
Huh.
If you look carefully, there's a teeny tiny little moustache on the top ring.
Yeah, that took 3 days to put in. It did.
On the nipple?
On the nipple, yeah, just for you.
And we didn't want to reveal this, but actually for the next release, we were going to use the nipple as that like teeny tiny little movie that goes before the big Pixar movie, because we thought, the nipple with the...
Sorry, not to steal the spotlight here. I did make a quick little 3D model of that kind of animation for you. Wanted to show you that in real time. And so the nipple just hops, and then there it is.
Pretty long for a nipple.
Well, have you
We
seen your
thought-
nipples?
Okay.
Okay, John says okay, and we zoom
Okay.
back into the movie. And we're at the dance.
Hey, 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 hey. Everybody clap your hands. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. Two houses time. All right, I won't fail ya. Tell you what, you're getting a B in gym this year. Yes. Thanks, coach.
Hey, everybody. Listen here. It's been a crazy day. A lot of us have swapped bodies. I was in just a dumpster of a body, and now every inch of me is beautiful. And thank you. And
That's my body.
huh? Who said that?
The camera zooms in on the former hunk who's now in the nerd, wearing just the shiniest, most reflective clothing you've ever seen. It's like one of those things that you wrap around athletes, just reflective surfaces everywhere.
Whoa, that's an insane outfit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the light to bounce off me because people can't see me because now I don't feel good about myself, but
Wait a minute. It's not who we are in the inside that makes us who we are. I was fucking lame before this dance, and now that I'm in a hot body, I got some confidence. And you were in this hot body, but now you're in my bad body.
The camera pans across to lots of people nodding, going, yeah. It's who you are on the outside that matters. That's what's important. And then we see we see the child trapped in their mum's body dancing away, and then next to a sign saying, what you are on the outside is what counts. And then everyone's like nodding, and then we cut back to the nerd and the hunk.
So don't listen to all that like psychoanalytical bullshit. It's who we are in the outside.
We zoom back up to the Pixar office. Look, you if you're not going to give me a nipple, you have to give me bullshit.
We can do that.
Photoshop bullshit back in.
Yeah, I can do that.
John, you good with that?
I'm great with it. And I'll contribute more once we get our lunch.
Getting CPK again? California Pizza Kitchen?
Hey.
CPK!
Okay, can we fly in a sandwich for John?
Okay, so we were gonna do fucking pizza, and now we're flying in a sandwich for me. Okay.
The debate continues, and then we come back to.
So it doesn't matter. So everybody, just take off your clothes. Yeah. Yeah, come on.
That's because you look beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, touch each other. I've always wanted to say this. Slob on my knob.
Even I didn't say that when I had that body.
I guess we've just all learned
It's all about the outside. That's what matters. We are hot and we're stars and we feel it. Our feelings do not matter.
They don't matter.
They don't matter.
We see the scientists take to the stage, yielding another sparking sandwich.
someone slobbed all over my sandwich, and that is truly the greatest gift a scientist could ask for. I have a sopping wet sandwich. I'm about to down it in one. It's amazing.
I'll keep doing it for you too. Whatever you want.
Thank you for the slobbing. Thank you for the nobbing. This is.
We go back to the Pixar office.
What?
I just don't think the laugh track works. The nobbin is great.
Yeah, slobbing and knobbing, like
The parents
honestly,
are gonna love that.
The title's a little clunky right now.
Mhm.
Slobbing and knobbing.
What about slob knobs and suck dicks? Does that work for you?
Slob knobs and suck dicks. Slob knobs and suck dicks.
That feels like a mantra I can take through life.
Why don't we just go with our original thought of Frozen 4?
Or Elsa? Yes, I love that.
Frozen 4.
Or Elsa, yes.
Or Elsa. It's a pun. Or Elsa. Or Elsa.
Oh my god,
He's good. He's a good one.
That's good.
And then the camera zooms in on Jeffrey Ratzenberg's paycheck. And it's like a 0, and then all the numbers gradually read the end.
I mean, he's got to make a lot of money.
Slobbing and knobbing.
Slobbing and
Slobbing and knobbing.
Now, I hate to say that, but that was better than the ungodly amount of bacon.
Whoa.
Get that promise.
That was heavy. Whoa.
I knew we could deliver on that promise. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Blood Band.
Yeah.
If you are David Bluffband, I expect you to Venmo at Scroll NYC. And don't send me an email saying, "Oh, my dog was sick" or something like that. That will make me feel bad.
Oh yeah,
David.
I mean, he hasn't.
Your homework from me is watch this recording. You tell me what that movie was about, and you get back to me.
Okay. The homework from me is check out Squirrel NYC because they're great and their classes are good and everyone involved with it is a banger.
Amazing.
And now we're gonna do a compliment circle.
Oh God, no.
Start with Shem. Everybody do Shem.
Wait, before we do a compliment circle, and then it's coming. That's fine. I would just take this opportunity to say, if you like seeing comedy in real life, and then you like everyone on this call but Caitlin, then you're living like.
Impossible. I'm not everybody's taste.
Caitlin, same. But you are my taste.
Honestly, like impossible. Thank you for slobbing them. Those if that's your particular where your bread is buttered, we have a show this Sunday. Here's the thing: it's not going to include Rachel either. So like,
I'm not going to be here.
If you don't like the flavor of what Rachel and Caitlin bring, I get it. It's a strong spice.
It's a spicy, but baby.
Again, they're two of my faves. They will not be there, but Chloe and Lindsay and I, as well as Matt Starr, will be performing at the Caveat Squirrel Comedy Theatre on Sunday at 10 p.m. An ungodly hour. We will try to bring baked beans, and we'll be doing like a live version of our show. And now
there will be Starbucks gift cards.
Oh shit!
There will be
Caitlin, get on a plane.
Come on, baby.
That's at 10 p.m. I believe. Real information I should know. At this point, I am bad at promoting. But what I'm good at is hearing from our wonderful guests. Dare I say friends? I dare.
Dare. You dare.
Rachel, Chloe, do you have any last things you want to say?
No, thank you for watching. Shem, I loved the moves that you made in that movie. I love the zoom ins, zoom outs. It was truly beautiful. And you're one of my favorite people in the world. And I love you. Get back here.
Thanks. Great. And Chloe?
Hi, Shem. I love you so much. I like that you don't really ever say anything. You just text me products, and that's how I know you love me. It's but then you also say nice things occasionally, and that's when I know I'm in bad shape. You're such a good friend, Shem. Love you. Oh.
My favorite Shem story is that at the beginning of the pandemic, when we were on a Zoom call, my laptop charger just stopped working. So Shem biked for like 30 minutes across Brooklyn to my apartment and brought me an extra laptop charger, and then left it on my doorstep and stood far away and waved to me. And that was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. I love Shem.
Take that, Kara. And then Caitlin. Please end this.
My heart. Chef, you're the best. You've always been amazing, and it's so great to reconnect and see you and be a part of this. And you're thriving and striving, and I gotta rhyme words. I'm really overwhelmed. I wish I would have gone first because Rachel and Chloe are just like so nice. But yeah, you're the best, and I think you know it. But you all are. I love trash.
We love you.
We do love you.
Wow, this has been a genuine hardship for me. Lindsay, say nothing.
I really don't get to give a compliment. In the show, I really love your commitment to singing the Proclaimers. That was great, and a real surprise because I was like, "Wow, we're getting a whole verse. This is amazing." And I think it was, a crowd pleaser as well. And then, so many wonderful moments I could talk about, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. I was really sad about 2 months ago, and I heard I heard a bing bong on the front door, and as I walked from my room to the front door, I could hear the theme song from The Mandalorian playing, and there was like cool lights in the lounge. And then I opened the front door, and there was a teeny tiny baby Yoda, and Shem had hid round the corner and just left it on the doorstep to cheer me up.
I love Shem.
Wow. Yes, I have production values.
Before we go, don't forget about my favorite moment from the show, or Elsa. That was so good. I didn't even know it was a thing. It's a Rachel being like, "Hey,
isn't that
you're so
I needed
smart."
it put out too.
Who is that even coming from?
Instead of Venmo,
what if we told you this
email
was
Shem and let him know?
Yeah.
what you love about him. Thank you.
What if we told you this was a hidden compliment show?
Oh no!
Come out!
You said Shem and Friends.
Oh boy. Well, with that, thank you for everyone who has achieved. This will be archived, so like people will just stumble across this. And I can't imagine why. This is very exciting. I love you all. But you all knew that. I will see you all in real life soon. Kate, I'm very excited to see you at some point. That
Yes.
would be fantastic.
I'll appear when you least expect it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then now we will end. Goodbye.
Goodbye.